And we're live on a second helping of Sunday, Funday, Funday. I am God's High Priestess, the High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed. Oh Lord, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist. I am your spiritual psychoanalyst and healer that rules over the mind and the emotions, the goddess of the moon, the divine feminine reincarnated. In order to keep up with me, we had to catch my last live video, my shorts, and that was a really good one I just posted, and what I posted on my community page. Where are we at? We're in God's Word. Let's just start where we are, and we'll probably have to pick up more bullshit along the way. My last live video, I said I really wanted to get to, in our religious studies, I wanted to talk about the Apostle Paul and his conversion, right? And I did this whole build-up, so I wanted to talk about that. Other shit came up in my community page, but I don't want to start on that. Hey lady. Hi, pretty girl. So we're going to start with some Jesus stuff. It's kind of funny, we pull down all the cards up there and we bring everyone, but we don't really bring Christ. He's just always the overhaul. So I was like, I had to look it up, I had to Google it, and I just thought it was amazing. I was like, and when I opened my Bible, my owl feathers fell out. I have 2 of them. I've always said that, you know, I connected most with Paul in all of these stories. In the book of Samuel is where I have my I just put them up on the top shelf. They're all on the top shelf. On the book of Samuel, I have my crow feathers, so I'm going to put those with there. As far as Paul goes, you have to have read the whole story to understand. This isn't really going to capture it. This just captures the moment where he changed his direction. And it really is. It's just a moment in time. They call it a blink of an eye when God speaks to you. Now, what was interesting is, I want to go back. When I looked it up, I was like, where's the verse when his conversion happens? It's in Acts 9, 1 through 11, right? I was like, no, shit. Or 9, 1 through 9, and then it was also 11, or something like that. And I was like, I always run around here saying somebody called 911. I always sing that song, and it's actually 9 through 11, so it's 911. Really? Now, as I pulled it out in my Bible, it's really quick. It just tells how it happened in just a couple of short words. It's shorter than a fucking, a song. And that's what I was trying to explain to you. You don't fully understand this until you start reading about his works. It's that moment changed his life forever, and what he was before no longer mattered, and what he goes on to do is unreal. I'm seeing St. Patrick. He did great things, right? He had lived a great life. But when he got that vision and that dream, it came to him in a dream. When he got that dream, bro, he went on, and it was the rest of his life that he spent. God is faithful enough that he doesn't take your whole life. But after you've lived your life and you've mastered life, now it's your job to, to spread that mastery in his way. Just want to point that out. So I was going to start here, and I'm going to tell you it. I can read it out of the New King James, and it's going to sound very scriptured, but I'm also going to read it out of the Message now that I said that. We'll probably read it out of the Message first, so it sounds easier to digest. But I want to go back into chapter 8, where it goes to Saul persecutes the church. You know what I mean? So as I was reading this, I kept saying, I was like, I don't know if Paul met Jesus. I was like, I know God came to Paul. Who was it? It was Jesus that came to Paul. So I kind of really fucked that one up. Really? Sorry. I know God came to him. I didn't know who he came to him as. And that's really what it is. I went to Galatians. Nope, we need Acts. Not 19. Peter's vision. That was that's all of this, dude. Acts are pretty amazing. Really? Yeah. The blinding of Saul is what it was called. Alright, so for those of you that own a Bible, You're going to look it up in the book of Acts, chapter 9. I'm going to read it out of 2 different Bibles. This is the Message Bible. It's created by a person named Peterson. It tells the story more in a storybook form. If you were going to buy teenagers a Bible or something like that, it's easier to read. It doesn't change the story, they're all interpretations. The shit is not in Hebrew, so none of us know the real truth, if you want to go back to it. All this time, Saul was breathing down the necks of master disciplines and out for the kill. He went to the chief priest and got arrest warrants to take to the meeting places in Damascus. So if he found anyone there belonging to the way, whether men or women, he could arrest them and bring them to Jerusalem. That's what he was. He was a bounty hunter on Christians. Really? Yeah. And all he needed was that fucking little decree. So he set off. When he got to the outskirts of Damascus, he was suddenly dazed by a blinding flash of light. As he fell to the ground, he heard a voice. "Saul, Saul, why are you out to get me?" he said. Who are you, Master?" "I am Jesus, the one you are hunting down. I want you to get up and enter the city. In the city, you will be told what to do next." Stop. That's how God works. Flash of light. And he gives you a vision and a command. And he'll tell you what to do first, and I've said this from the beginning. He gives you one step at a time. Show your obedience to the single step. One of the fucking goofiest stories, dude, and I say that word of obedience and shit and faith, is Peter. Peter was the weakest of the pack, bro. But yet somehow there's temples to this motherfucker. That's why that song says it. It's like, no. No. It's always that one. Anyways, moving on. Let's see. His companions stood there dumbstruck. They could hear the sound, but they couldn't see anyone, while Saul, picking himself off the ground, found himself stone blind. They had to take him by the hand to lead him into Damascus. He continued blind for 3 days. He ate nothing, drank nothing. There was a disciple in Damascus by the name of Ananias, I guess. The master spoke to him in a vision. "Ananias?" "Yes, master," he answered. "Get up and go over to Straight Avenue. Ask at the house of Judas for a man from Tarsus. His name is Saul." Sorry, when I saw Taurus, I thought the Taurus, and that's a whole different thing I posted. Here, he's there praying. Enter the house and lay hands on him so he can see again. Stop right there. He blinded fucking Saul, which turns out he changes his name to Paul. He blinds Paul. Paul and his homeboys are walking through town looking for any Christians. He drops Paul to his knees. Everybody can hear him, and they're watching Paul. You know what I mean? They're watching him at his knees. They can't see God. Nobody can. All of a sudden, he's taking away Paul's vision. He said, "Rise. You're going to go into the streets and go to this house, and I'll tell you what to do next." Meanwhile, at the same time, he talks to Ananias. "Get up and go over there straight to Avenue. Ask at the house of Judas for the man from Taurus. His name is Saul. He's there praying. He just had a dream in which he saw a man named Ananias enter the house and lay hands on him so he could see again." Meaning he gave him the vision that you're coming to save him. Go save him. Ananias protested, "Master, you can't be serious. Everybody's talking about this man and the terrible things he's doing. He reigns over terror against your people in Jerusalem, and he's now shown up here with papers from the chief priest that gave him the license to do the same to us." See what I mean? They're like, "Hell no, I ain't saving that dude. That dude's gonna kill me. I'm not giving him his eyesight. He's blind. Leave him blind. He's out to kill us. He can't even see. He's waiting for you. Go give him eyesight." "No, I'm not giving this dude the vision to kill me. I'm not giving him the vision to kill me." That's what he says. Jesus is like, "I need you to go heal this guy. Do you know about that guy?" "Hell no, I ain't going to that guy. That guy's a killer, bro. Hell no. No. That's what I mean. God be asking you to do some stupid ass shit. That's some stupid ass shit. I ain't doing that shit. Go find someone else to do that shit. I ain't doing that shit. I ain't doing that shit. Or that's just me. Why? Because I always told God I wasn't doing no shit like this. I'm Lilith. There's only two of us that did this shit. Me and Lucifer. No, we ain't doing that shit. That's stupid shit. You do God's work. Do his great work. It's great. Nah, we'll do something else with our lives. So in essence, nah, I wasn't gonna do this shit neither. I could feel this man's fear. Anyways, he says, Ananias protested, "You can't be serious." Blah, 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 blah. But the master said, "Don't argue. Go. I have picked him as my personal representative to the Gentiles and the kings and the Jews." That's what Jesus said. Don't argue. I've chosen him. He's going to be my representative. You're my most important employee. What the fuck? Really? And then the story goes on, and he literally becomes the most important employee in this whole book. Really? I swear to you, you got to read the rest of the stories, dude. This is just a little bit of it. And when I get in here, it's even smaller. They're at least stretching it out and making it sound good. But the master said, "Don't argue, go. I have picked him as my personal representative to the Gentiles," that was the outsiders, "the kings, the rulers, and the Jews." He was going to reign, he was going to be a messenger to all of them. Not one, but all. And now I'm about to show him what he is in for. The hard suffering that goes with this job. That's what it is. He was out persecuting messengers of God, not understanding what pain they were already going through. And that's where you guys like to poke the beast. You think it's fun. You think it's fun to make fun of me, why God's doing this to me. And that's what it is. You're doomed. Do my anointed no harm. I'm already, you know what I mean? I'm already dragging them through. You don't get to drag them through shit. And that's it. You don't get to do me no harm. Hell no. But that's what it is. He's like, the hard suffering that goes with this job. And that's what it is. To be chosen is suffering. Stupid. What happened to Moses? Everybody. Ugh, I hate being chosen. Oh, you're my most important. Shut up, God. Verse 17 through 19. So Ananias went and found the house, placed his hands on blind Saul, and said, "Brother Saul, the master sent me, the same Jesus you saw on your way. He sent me so that you could see again and be filled with the Holy Spirit." No sooner were the words out of his mouth than something like scales fell from Saul's eyes. He could see again. He got on his feet. He was baptized and sat down with them to a hearty meal. Just like that. Just like that. Plots against Saul. Verse 19. Saul spent a few days getting acquainted with the Damascus disciples, but went right to work, wasting no time preaching in the meeting places that this Jesus was the Son of God. They were caught off guard by this, and not all sure that they could trust him, because he had papers to come kill him, and all of a sudden he gets into town, and he's like, "Jesus is God! Jesus is God!" He's like, "This is a trick, right? This is a trick, right? He's just trying to get us in there and slaughter us." No, Jesus is real. I've seen him. He's real. It was so confusing to them. He came to kill them, and all of a sudden he's in the middle of the town screaming his praises. He looked like a madman, and it really confused the other people on the outside. What the fuck happened to him? He went crazy out there. Now he's praising him? Yes. He speaks of the living God. What? The fuck is happening to these people every time we send them out to go get this guy? Ever since birth, bro. Every time they send somebody out to get Jesus, bro, they come back a whole fucking Jesus warrior talking about you was wrong. I've seen the light. I've met their God. It is so... You're not going to meet me. You're going to meet my God. Get out of my face. I love these stories. They're great. Have you ever read the Bible? Unbelievable. It's not all about you're the wrong person. It's that you're the right person for the right job. He likes the wrong people. He likes to get them right. It fucks everything up. He really does. That's what he's known for. I will make all things wrong right. I will right all wrongs. It's a great story. I love this story, dude. Anyways, they were caught off guard by this, and not all sure they could trust him. They kept saying, "Isn't this the man who wreaked havoc in Jerusalem among the believers? And didn't he come to do the same thing, arrest us and drag us to jail in Jerusalem for sentencing by the high priest?" The high priest. Who sent them out there? The church, bro. They were appointed by the church. They went to the governments. The church went to the governments to go slaughter people, bro. The church. In the name, dude, in the church. And then later, when they all converted in the name of Christ, they went and did it to pagan religions. They had authority given by the church. How the fuck does your Roman government have authority by your God to come over to Mexico and start slaughtering us in the name of Christ? What the fuck is your God talking about? And then you got 9/11 where they're like, no, my God said to destroy all you people and I get 40 virgins. That's not in any of these holy Bibles, you holy pieces of shit. What priest told you that? What priest told you that God just wastes life for you to fornicate with? That was definitely made up by a man that has no respect for women. God's women. The real purpose of his power. The nurturers. The life bearers. What the fuck? Sorry, I'm terrible at this. That's why I can't do church during the day or any day. Why? Because I will destroy your temples. The 7 churches. It's the fucking whole book. That's how the book starts. Revelations. Wake up. Wake up. All of them. He goes after you first, you fuckheads. It was the churches, bro. It was the priests. The same ones that are touching your kids and taking your money and lying to your face and telling you you're not worthy of God. God damn it. Sorry. Oh, fuck. They use the same book, bro. That's not what's in here, bro. And people that really become devout Christians, that really read this, bro, they realize that these people are frauds. And they walk out of the church. It's not that we don't believe in God. We just don't believe your lies. We don't believe your rules. That's not what's in that book. When you know Christ, bro, when you know Christ and you understand what his real message of forgiveness was, bro, you can't be an asshole. It's just not in you. Just like the other day. I couldn't dick that guy down. It was a great story and everybody wanted me to do it. Christ is the only one in the room that said, don't bully that man. He has it coming. The rest of us think it's justice. No, don't do that to him. And they said later he was freaked out, and that's why he was freaked out after he met me, and that's why he hid in his truck the whole day. I freaked him out that bad. I didn't need to fucking put a dick in his hand to freak him out. It was a funny story. You can go listen to that. I want to fucking put a dick in these priests' butts if they keep it up, bro. This is bullshit. You have no authority given by God to persecute God's people. Not of any race, color, gender, or anything. Especially those in the act of love. I'll fucking kill you, bro. God. Damn it. Sorry. Fuck. Sentenced by the high priest. But their suspicions didn't slow Saul down for even a minute. His momentum was up now, and he plowed straight into the opposition, disarming the Damascus Jews and trying to show them that Jesus was the Messiah. After this had gone on quite a long time, some Jews conspired to kill him, but Saul got wind of it. Dude, he was a killer, bro. You're not killing me. I'll kill you, bro. What the fuck are you talking? You better get on this side. They were watching the city gates around the clock so that they could kill him. Then one night, the disciples engineered his escape by lowering him over the wall in a basket. His own people turned on him because he started to turn. You know what I mean? It was that quick. He became he was their most important employee until he became God's most important employee. Now he became America's most wanted. Dude, he became the Jewish most wanted. Seriously? I'm serious, dude. Every time they sent someone after Jesus, he baptized them, and now they had to kill that person too. They didn't die. They motherfucking multiplied. And everybody that received that message, dude, all it was words. They were healed. They walked in faith. They became good people. They were happy. They were wholesome. They were spreading joy. They didn't want that shit, bro. They didn't want you guys in the corners. Praise God! Hallelujah! You doing good? Come on, we're gonna give you some love and love and love and love and light and love and light and love and light. You didn't love that light. They didn't love that life. You didn't want to hear fucking Martin Luther King or fucking Malcolm X out there empowering fucking people. You didn't want to hear fucking, you know what I mean, Bob Marley out there empowering people. You didn't want to hear fucking, you know what I mean, you don't want to hear any of these black men or white men or any men or especially no motherfucking women empowering people. We want them disempowered so they'll do as we say. You weren't allowed to give them power. The only power I can give you is to believe, bro. Believe that you have the power already. Amen. Can I get a witness? I mean, there's a plenty of these books about it, and that's what I'm here for. Let me go back to this story. I'm serious. It's all in belief, dude. The magic, can you believe in God? Then you ain't never, that magic never fails. Everything else fails, bro. Everything else fails. God never fucking fails, bro. Never, never. But he's not your personal little fucking genie like that, neither. Quit playing around with God like that. You need to understand how God is. They tell you that, you know, I don't know, Jesus is Lord. Jesus delivered the Lord to you. And that's what made him so holy, bro. Alright, where the fuck was I? Fuck Peter. Alright, come on, here we go. Back to where I was. He was put over the wall. Back in Jerusalem, he tried to join the disciples, but they were afraid of him. Meaning he tried to join the fucking Christians, but they were afraid of him. They didn't trust him. They didn't trust him one bit. And that's what it is. There's not a place for me. I can't join the Wiccans, and I can't join the churches. They don't trust me. I serve two gods. No, I serve the one God, and you're confused. Stupid. Stupid. Realistically, yeah. Wiccans don't trust me, and Christians don't trust me. There's no trust, because I carry the light. I'm not filled with darkness like you bitches. You bitches. All your grays. Alright, anyways, they didn't trust him one bit. Then Barnabas took him under his wing. Somebody had to take him in. This guy's a lunatic. He's trying to do the good work, and he has no guidance. He introduced him to the apostles and stood up for him, and told him how Saul had seen and spoken to the master at the Damascus road, and how in Damascus itself he had laid his life on the line with his bold preaching in Jesus' name. After that, he was accepted as one of them. That's it. God made him an apostle. They brought him to the apostles, and he had done the work of the apostles, so they accepted him. He is now an apostle. This is the apostle Paul, chosen by the Lord. You don't choose to see me. You don't choose to see that I am chosen. You don't choose. He does. He chose me. You're not respecting my authority. Well, then you got these kind of guys coming to get you in the spirit realm. After he was accepted as one of them, going in and out of Jerusalem was with no questions asked, uninhibited as he preached in the Master's name. But then he ran afoul of a group called Hellenists. He had been engaged in a running argument with them, who plotted his murder. That's it, dude. They would kill you for your beliefs. You didn't do anything. Just because you were talking that good shit, they wanted to kill you. Oh, I don't like that shit. I'm gonna drop times on that motherfucker. I'm seeing P.D. Pablo. talking about Peter. Fucking Judas. Anyways. When his friends learned the plot, and just talking like that about Peter has the whole Catholic Church on my ass right now. What are you talking? You talking about my apostle? Yeah, I'm talking about my apostle. You met Peter? You met Paul? You met the Christian killer? You met the Christian killer? We're killing Christians. Fake Christians. Killing them. Killing them softly with the word of Christ. Gotta do it gently. When his friends learned of the plot, they got him out of town, took him to Serena or whatever, and then shipped him off to Taurus. Things calmed down after that, and the church had smooth sailings for a while. Over the country, Judea, Samaria, and Galilee, the church grew. They were permeated with a sheep sense of reverence for God. The Holy Spirit was with them, strengthening them. They prospered wonderfully. It's a great story, right? And then it goes on to tell about all the great works. So Paul was like, he was on fire. He didn't give a fuck. He was going to go find these people and tell them about God. That's all it meant. There was no emails. There was no nothing. He was the delivery boy, bro. He found a couple people, and that was it. All it was that vision. Jesus came to him, blinded him for 3 days, told him everything, and that was it. Now you're going to go tell everyone I'm real. What am I out here telling you? God is real? Look at what he's done in my life. He can do this for your life if you just act accordingly. Follow these acts. So that's where it says in this Bible. Now let me show you how fucking lame it is in this Bible. The real Bible is that long. That's all you get. Really? Yeah, because then it goes on to his baptism. And that's it. Brother Saul, immediately I fell in his eyes as something scales. See what I mean? It reads it just a little bit different. Saul preaches the Christ. Saul escapes death. Saul at Jerusalem. You know what I mean? So it doesn't really... You have to see the story and you have to paint this story in your mind. So pretty much he was the biggest enemy to Christians, and they took out their enemy. That was it. They were afraid of this, you know what I mean? The high priests had orders to come and, you know what I mean, take out any of the converted Christians. And so they sent an army, and the army converted. So they really didn't have much to work with at that point. They kept trying to kill anybody that was spreading this word. It's the same thing that they did with fucking, you know what I mean, all of our past historical men here in America. You know what I mean? JFK, fucking Lincoln, fucking, I mean, all of them. They took them out because they were trying to empower people. When Kanye got too loud about some shit, bro, they shut that motherfucker up real quick. I don't know how much of it or truth wasn't, because he was getting visions, like I showed you, he was getting visions, but he was trying to process them through a very limited mind. He didn't see the bigger picture, he could just see the persecution. He could see the truth, but he couldn't see the compassion and understanding and what that time had to do with this time. He just came out of nowhere talking crazy shit. He's like, I'm Hitler. No, he aligned with that. He understood that in a time. It makes sense if you were back then. I'm not sure who you were before you got here. I only know you from one lifetime. I have many. What were you doing in life? What have you been doing with all your lives? We weren't the best, obviously, if we're still here. We're not sitting at the highest throne. Anyways, so my life was chosen to do this. I'm in this great book. I am in Genesis chapter 1:27. It says, and there was God, he created man and woman, and he was pleased. Then all of a sudden you jump to Genesis chapter 2, and he speaks of Adam being all alone, and he must create him a partner. They didn't tell the story. Now let's get to where we are in the book, Revelation chapter 11, the female witness. How long do I witness for? 35 years. 35 years I'm sitting here watching this bullshit. Really? Mm-hmm. It's real. Or not. Whatever you want. Whatever you like to believe or not believe. Don't believe in God. That'll get you great places. I support you in that energy, I suppose. If that's what you want to believe. I did not believe in God. I just didn't listen to him. There's a very big difference here, people. I always knew God was real, whether or not I wanted to listen. So I am currently, I am in my reliving my Persephone, surrendering to the bullshit. And that's pretty much it. You can either be a Job or a Jonah, but you're going to have to surrender. You can't outpower God. He's all-powerful. That's what I said. So I didn't know who came to him, but it was Jesus that came to him. And with that being said, he didn't know what Jesus was. He never saw him in life. All he did is go blind, and then he saw an image of that man saying, I am Jesus. I am real. I got a job for you. If you don't, what was he going to do? He was blind. He could only do what Jesus said. And imagine why they're sitting there and they're walking to this town. What they're really talking about, him and his soldiers. What the fuck is happening, dude? Their God has just attacked our man. They're scared. They're scared as hell. He took out their fucking, you know what I mean? Their highest authority. God just stepped in, and now they've got to help this guy. He can't even walk. They can't be like, no, we're going to go find Christians right now. No, we need a Christian. What the fuck? We need a Christian, bro. We need a Christian, dude. I can't see. We're here to kill the Christians. No, we need one. Pretty much. It's a great story. You like that story? It's a great story. That's just the conversion of it. But again, he's on fire, bro, for the rest of his life. They lock him up in jails. He's floating in waters. He's just a fucking crusader for Christ, bro. It was one vision, bro, and that was it. He was going to all the lands to tell all the people, and he wasn't afraid of nothing, because he keeps avoiding death. The Spirit just keeps coming and saving him. Just keeps telling him what to do, and he just keeps it on. It's a great story. He's my favorite apostle. He really is. And it's a good story to learn if you want to learn the stories. They all have great stories. How God fucked up their life and made it all great. With that being said, I don't want to go too much further, because I feel like I'm just going to get upset fucking around with these religious studies. But we have to do more religious studies, I suppose. Let's pull out the Quran, because, you know, Islamic beliefs really matter right now. Oh, I'm sorry, that was kind of rude. We'll pull out the Essential Kabbalah, which is the home of Jewish mysticism. That was what they taught before Jesus. They all had their own belief system. And there was many. There was the 12 tribes. They all went and took their belief systems and built a god on it. Built a tower to their gods. You know, they all have different ways of praising God. Praise God. What's funny is they pretty much all praise the same God, but in all different ways. So what the fuck is the difference between a Lutheran, a Presbyterian, a Baptist, and a fucking Mormon church? I don't know. Let's go church hunting. Find out the difference. I think God's in all of them. That's what I start laughing about. God, are you in there? Yeah, but these aren't God's people. That's all you find in there. You find God, just not their people. These aren't his people. They're just posers. Alright, where are we at? Buddha was trying to tell us how to be good wives, and I told him that I don't want to be a wife. Ways to purification is where we left off on this. Practical attainment, a search for truth. Buddha talks, gosh, I love you, Buddha, but damn it. Do you guys want to search for truth? I guess we're going to, because I don't know what else we're supposed to search for. What are we searching for? Lord Buddha. Come to the table, please. What does Buddha teach you? Non-violence, attainment of nirvana, detachment from worldly temptations, readiness and ability to pass knowledge on to others. See what I mean? Why would he be here? Oh, because I got to do all that all the time. I need your energy. I'm over here fanning myself. Help me, Buddha. Help. There's no power in the picture, girl. Picture me rolling. I've smoked weed out of fucking holy paper or fucking Bible paper. I'm still here to tell the story. Oh, that's why you're in hell. Well, what's your explanation? Why did he put you here there? Why are you here in hell with me? What have you done? What have you done for me lately? Janet Jackson. Alright. She's nasty. Search for truth. In the search for truth, there are certain questions that are unimportant. Dude, I remember reading this. I'm not reading this again. I'm not. I want to read something new. Alright, where are we going? I don't know. Verse 6. Once there was a king who loved his people and his country and ruled over them with wisdom and kindness, and because of it, his country was prosperous and peaceful. There is an emperor. He was always seeking for greater wisdom and enlightenment. He even offered rewards to anyone who could lead him towards worthy teachings. Hey, I want to learn some shit. His devotion and wisdom finally came to the attention of the gods, but they determined to test him. That's it. You want to be part of the gang? Let's see if you can go through the test, which is what? Rites, passages, ceremonies, and initiations. Welcome to the initiation of the dark night of the soul. If you want to get closer to God, there's the way. I am the fucking gatekeeper. I'm looking for the keymaster. I open up the gates. I can show you. That's what I said. Hawk, why aren't you here? Jesus opens up that final gate. I can go over there, but I can't open that door for you. You can attain it here in life, where you can access heaven from here. But on the other side, if you die and you attain it here, you still have to wait till he opens that gate. There's many waiting. That's why I hate going back to heaven. They're not there yet. Nobody is there yet. He hasn't opened that gate. I opened the first gate here for you. You have to go through the floodgates. I show you exactly which level of hell you're going to have to go through to get to heaven. Or you could just stay here rotting in hell. I don't care. See you next life. Gosh. Anyways, moving on. They're going to test you. This is a test. You have to. That's why I'm always being tested. If you don't stop testing me, tempting me, fucking stop messing with me. Why are you always fucking with me? Anyways, whatever. Anyways. What did it say to test? I lost my page. Was I really on this page or I lost it? 6. Yeah, there it goes. Alright. A god in disguise as a demon appeared before the gates of the king's palace and asked to be brought before the king as he had a holy teaching for him. What was it? A god in disguise as a demon. And that's what it is temptation. There's no devil, that was God, douchebag. The king, who was pleased to hear the message, courteously received him and asked for instruction. The demon took on a dreadful form and demanded food, saying that he could not teach until he had the food he liked. Choice food was offered the demon, but he insisted that he must have warm human flesh and blood. The crown prince gave him his body, and the queen also gave her body, but still the demon was unsatisfied, and so demanded the body of the king. The king expressed his willingness to give his body, and asked that he might first hear the teaching before he would offer his body. The god uttered the following wise teaching. Listen. Misery rises from lust, and fear rises from lust. Those who remove lust have no misery or fear. Suddenly the god resumed his true form, and the prince and the queen also reappeared in their original bodies. Once there was a person who taught the true path in the Himalayas. Sorry, why did I say it like that? Because I was watching that movie again with Brad Pitt, 7 Years in Tibet. He said it Himalayas. He was a German in the Himalayas. It was a good story. I started to watch it and then I passed out. He cared nothing for all the treasures of the earth, and even for all the delights of all the delights of heaven. But he sought the teachings that would remove all mental delusions. The gods were impressed by this man's earnestness and sincerity, and decided to test his mind. So one of the gods disguised himself as a demon and appeared in the Himalayas, singing, "Everything changes, everything appears and disappears." The seeker heard this song, which pleased him very much. He was as delighted as if he had found a spring of cool water and for his thirst. And as if I'm seeing Jesus in Samaria with the water. He's like, I give you the living water. Okay, thanks, Jesus. I'm trying to paint this picture in the Himalayas. As if a slave had been unexpectedly set free. He said to him, "At last I have found the true teaching that I have sought for so long." He followed the voice, and at last came upon a frightful demon. With an uneasy mind he approached the demon and said, What was it you who sang the holy song that I have heard? If it was you, please sing more of it." The demon replied, "Yes, it was my song, but I cannot sing more of it until I have had something to eat. I am starving." The man begged him very earnestly to sing more of what he was saying. "It has a sacred meaning to me, and I have sought it for teachings for a long time. I have only heard a part of it. Please let me hear more." The demon said again, "I am starving, but if I can taste the warm flesh and blood of a man, I will finish the song." The man, in his eagerness to hear the teaching, promised the demon that if he could have his body after he had heard the teaching. Then the demon sang the complete song. Everything changes, everything appears and disappears. There is perfect tranquility when one transcends both life and extinction. Hearing this, the man, after he wrote the poem on the rock and the tree around, quietly climbed down the tree, hurled himself to his feet of the demon. But the demon had disappeared, and instead the radiant God received the body of the man unharmed. Meaning he learned that, and he put it into the trees. He learned the secret, and he wanted somebody to know the secret before he died. He was willing to give his life for the true teachings of truth. That's what this is telling you. I'll sacrifice anything for the truth. I said that in my earlier video. I'd give anything for the truth. I would give every bit of my soul. I will sell my soul. I will give anything for the truth. That's all we seek, is the truth. Understanding in the truth of all things. Of what God, not you. That's what enlightenment is. But it comes with sacrifices. And what? Your life. When I read those stories in the beginning, I was sure that God wouldn't ask this of everyone. It was just because of my authority as the priestess. I had to go through deeper, darker, temptations and overcomings and, initiations than other people. I was sure of it until I realized that that's exactly what everybody does on the way to enlightenment. Wolfman made jokes of it, but it really was what was called. And nobody in America does these callings. Nobody hears these callings anymore to give up their life for God, to give up their material world. That's not a Christ way. Christ doesn't ask that of you. The church tells you that Christ is going to make your material world better. It wasn't Christ. That wasn't it, but it was. He told you the same thing. The churches don't tell you that. I took a way of life that was originally a way of life that is long forgotten. And I went back to God exactly how they said. You know what I mean? The guru wanted to fight me when I came over there and broadcasted my authority from Vishnu upon him and told him he was not a true servant of enlightenment. And he had long forgotten his path, and he's gotten too fat in his flesh and in his pride. He teaches enlightenment, but he hasn't continued his journey. And that's where it is you learn the tarot, so now you think you're a fucking god. It's God, and you continue to teach it, and you do. And so Wolfman came out, and he's like, in his Sagittarius video, he's like, well, if you want to give up your material world and run to a fucking temple and wear rags, then, and praise God, then that's fine, but not me. I believe you need an ego. I believe you need that to be successful and powerful and happy in this life. God teaches us you don't need those things. God teaches us you don't need nice clothes. You don't need a house. You don't need family. You don't need friends. You don't need anything but Him. That's what you don't get as you sit there in that fucking church. And it's screaming at you week after week after week after week. You only need Him. And I sit here, I don't fucking need you. I got God. What the fuck I need you for? I got God. I got God. I don't need anything of this world. I've got the creator of this world. He will create me anything I want of this world. But by the time you get here, you no longer want it. You found everything you wanted in Him. There is not a meal that can make me feel like God. There's not a man. There's not a car, a house, no clothes, no date night, no vacation place that makes me feel as good as Him on a day where I'm just standing outside in His wind and in His sun. Nothing can make me feel as good as God. And when you feel that good, you don't need it anymore. You don't even search for it in these things. You found it. I found happiness. I found peace. I found stability. I found trust. I found something that will never leave me. And He sends them to me when I'm alone. Because He doesn't have a form. He can't just show up in my face and as a happy face. So He sends His people to me. So I'm not alone. He doesn't have a form. He came in many forms. So when I'm in my fucking worst, He sends Buddha. When I'm being mean, He sends Jesus. When I'm lonely, He sends Pog. He'll send anyone to make sure, you know what I mean? Because I can't see Him in a form. And I can feel you, but I can't see you. And then when you get back in it, that's the thing, is, when I'm in there with God and all of them, the Ascending Masters, it's like, I can't see you, Park. I know, but I can feel you and I can hear you, and that's what it is. It's like the spirits are there for you. People are so fucking not there for you. They're here now for a short minute. As long as you keep feeding it, they'll be there. God never leaves, bro. And that feeling never leaves either. He doesn't take it away because you fucked up. He doesn't take it away because you acted up. He doesn't take it away because you're being ugly. He gives you more of it during those times. What'd you have to give up to find that? Everything. And I don't regret any of it. Because none of that made me feel like He does. Just like Paul in that street. He changed his life. He never went back. He didn't even have clothes. He didn't even have a life. He had no friends. Everybody was out to kill him. He didn't care. He found Christ, lived inside of him. He would talk to Him. He would talk to Him. That's all he needed, was the voice of God inside of him, and he could do all great things. Moses didn't have a family anymore. He knew he was blood related to these people, but he had left his family. And now all he had was God. Same with Jesus. Jesus left his only family. And everybody was out to kill him. Mary, she left her family. They were out to kill her and her son. She didn't even have sex. She never even knew love. It was a love from God. They gave up their lives for God. You don't understand why, because you don't know what the feeling is. You don't know what God gives you. You think it's trinkets. You think it's a boyfriend. You think it's a happy house. No! No! He gives you something bigger than this world, where you don't need those things anymore. That never even matter. You can't replace God with anything of this world, but you're trying to. You're trying to feel what that feeling is of happiness. But you can't feel happiness without God. He is the essence of it. He's love. He's what makes you feel safe. Those 4 food groups, bro, I can wake up every day and I can live another day knowing that I am loved. I'm important. I'm protected and I'm provided for. You don't have that. And without that, you're always striving for that. You're always striving for someone to love you. You're always striving to feel safe. You're always striving to have a purpose. You're always striving to, you know what I mean, to provide for yourself. It's all pride, bro. It's how Adam and Eve got kicked out of the garden. How I didn't get kicked out, I left too. I just left. I just didn't want to do the job that was there to do. So I found something else to do with my life. But as he said, you'll never know true happiness like the life I have for you. So I'm here, waiting for this good life. This shit that you guys want so bad that God says is just so great and everybody's trying to create. He's creating for me. And I'm just sitting here, God damn it. Damn it. What can be better than having a loyal man by your side while you serve God? I guess that could be good to have someone here while we do this shit. But I'm not alone. I'm not alone while I do it by myself. In my quiet spaces, I got all of them. All the ascending masters. And especially Pac.
Go for bed.
You know what I mean? All of that. It's like, I got Bob Marley, I got Buddha, I got Vishnu, I got Melchizedek, I got the whole universe with me, while the whole world is against me. And that's the way. When you choose God's way, you better get out the way, bro. They're not going to be with you. Nobody's with you on this one. Not humanly. Because you're preaching that good shit, bro, and they don't walk in that. And that's what it is I'm a mirror to them. I show them I show them their shortcomings. Hey, you do too. Fucking Brian hit me good. And I said it too. I was like, motherfucker. Found out he was a Taurus. I was like, I totally said I need an earth sign to ground me. And I didn't realize he's totally an emperor. He's a total healed version of me. He's out there spreading churches of creativity to young generations, using what he can. He's not spreading God. He's spreading love, though. You know what I mean? And God's all up in it because he's a godly man. It's the basis of what he's doing. He has a good spirit about what he's doing. He's not spreading, no, this isn't that message people really want to hear. This is my favorite message to deliver. Obviously, I don't deliver it the same other people. But what I do that other people don't do is the shadow work. You know what I mean? We're all out here with a purpose to spread a message. What the fuck are you spreading? Your legs? I'm trying to spread my legs. I heard good things about this. I only have had bad experiences. He said, cross your legs. I love you, Buddha. In the essence, we give all those things up. Why? Because honestly, it's not like we don't want, like you stop wanting them because you have something better. I'm seeing that movie, oh god, it was called The Beach with Leonardo DiCaprio. They built this whole little island of weirdness. It's like I found something better. What's better than God? Seriously, there's nothing better, and that's why people praise God on the highest mountains. It might not be Jesus they're praising, but they have that feeling of God. Jesus changed the script. That's why it became the New Testament. It was a new story that you were supposed to live by. They all lived by their own rules before Jesus. And that's what people didn't want. They didn't want to convert. And it wasn't because of the message of what Jesus was bringing. It was the delivery men, bro. they had a harsh delivery about this God, and they weren't taking no for an answer. And that's those fucking Mormons, dude. I should bring that book out. The fucking Mormons, bro. They are in all countries, dude. I can recognize them. I was in the middle of a video with fucking Morgan. It was called Group Therapy, and I was like, look, it's the Mormons. She's like, no, they're businessmen. I was like, that's the white T-shirt and the fucking, and they have a little white tag, and they wear the khakis, and typically they give them a bike. They're out here spreading the good word of God. Let's go talk to them.
Special underwear.
They have special underwear?
Yeah, Mormons. Yeah, they have godly underwear.
What do they look like?
They're like diapers, and then the women.
Oh my God! Did you guys know this?
They have special Mormon clothing to hide them.
Well, and that's just like the Amishes. I'm totally down with that, bro. When I go fucking, when I'm on stage, I'm gonna dress up as a whole Arabic woman, totally covered, covered, dude. You're not gonna see me. You're just gonna watch me laugh in a blanket.
In the weddings, they'll toss them instead of.
Mormons have their own underwear. Are they made by Kim Kardashian?
No.
Kim Kardashian. There's a new demographic you could sell underwear to.
They throw them at their weddings instead of flowers. They'll throw their
Whitey tighties?
Yeah.
They sound like Christians to me.
Tosses.
Oh God, they're throwing their underwear?
Yeah.
At what occasion do God's people throw their underwear?
Yeah.
I want to be invited to this party. We need to learn more about the Mormons.
You have to catch it. It's like a bouquet.
You catch their underwear? Have they been wearing their underwear?
They don't do bouquet tosses. They do.
Do you guys believe the shit she's saying? We're going to have to fact check this. I'm not believing her. I don't believe that this religion that's very strict. Well, I mean, they do share a lot of wives. No wonder they're throwing underwear around. Come on. None of this has anything to do with shit. Come on. Oh, God. I got to get offline. I'm not grabbing the Book of Mormon. I'm going to throw it across. I'm going to burn that bitch right now if I find some shit in there. I had the Quran, too. Couldn't get past Buddha. Let's just stay in the light. It gets a little dark. What's over here? I don't know. It says Thunder. 1323. Can one who knows whatever has been sent to you from the Lord is the truth? Oh, God. We're talking about the truth. Where are you at? In the Quran? I don't know. It says Thunder. On page 185. Can one who knows that whatever has been sent down to you from the Lord is the truth be equal to the one who is blind? Hey! Paul, you're in here. I don't think you're supposed to be in here. It is only those who are endowed with the mighty or with insight who pay heed. That's it. Only those that can have the eyes to see. They who are true to their bond with God and never break their covenant, and those who join together what God has commanded to be joined, and fear their Lord, and dread the harshness of the reckoning. Those who are steadfast in seeking the favor of their Lord, and pray regularly, and spend secretly and openly, out of what we have provided them with, and ward off evil with good. They shall be the final Adobe. They shall enter the eternal Garden of Eden, along with the righteous from among their fathers, wives, and descendants. Did you hear that? With who? Among their fathers, wives, and descendants. From every gate the angels will come to them, saying, and that's the tree of life. Who lives at they're all choirs of angels. At every gate. I walk you all the way to the gates of heaven. I tell you what it is in every gate of hell on your way to heaven. Peace be upon, or from every gate the angels will come to them, saying, peace be upon you, for all you have steadfastly endured. At this moment, I'm seeing the 818 gate. It is a huge gate. It's the Egyptian. It's walking into the Egyptian New Year. It's pretty much the walk of Anubis. It's a huge time. And they sit there and they judge you, and they're really, you know what I mean? It's this time where they shower you. They're just excited. They don't care who you are. They're just grateful to have you. How excellent is the final Adobe. As for those who break the covenant of God after having confirmed it, who cut asunder what God has commanded to be joined, and spreads corruption in the land, and that's it. God said to love thy neighbor, and you're over there teaching your children to hate on people. A curse shall be laid upon them. They shall have an evil Adobe. God gives abundantly to whom he will, and sparingly to whom he pleases. And that's it. God chose. Why are they suffering? Not the devil. God chose for their suffering. for this life or the other, or the last. You see small children suffering, bro, and you don't understand. I'm going to tell you the terrible truth, bro, because of the life they lived before they got here. Kids always say, I didn't ask to be born. Oh, yes, you did. Those who deny the truth rejoice in the life of this world. Yet the life of this world is but a fleeting pleasure compared to the life to come. Those who deny the truth ask, why has no sign been sent down to him by his Lord? Say, God lets go astray those whom he will, and guides to himself those who turn to him. And that's it. He chooses. If he doesn't care, he lets you just wander. He's watching you wander, but that's it. You're not alone. And that's it. It's you have to choose to get back on your path. I say this all the time. Jesus didn't knock on doors. You heard he was coming. That's it. You know where to find God. He's not coming to get you. Those who believe and those hearts find comfort in the remembrance of God. Surely in the remembrance of God's heart can find comfort. And that's it, dude. Just sitting with God, you find all of this. It's a remembrance. You no longer feel you're whole again. As for those who believe and do right deeds, blissfully in their end. And that's what's wrong with you. If you sit there and you feel like you're not whole because you need a person, then you need more God. Seek more God. You don't need a person. You want this person to play God in your life, which is to be a Jesus, to show you love, compassion, to meet your needs, to provide and protect for you, to stick with you till the end. Find that in God, and then God will give you a person. But you don't get to make this person your God. He will not allow that. He's jealous. God is jealous. Talk about possessive. Ugh. Thus we have sent, no man gets to play God in my life. You must understand God's role and submit to God's role, and then you can play the second most important role in my life. Not the first, the second. Thus and that's what it is. What is your role from God? To love me? What do you want from me? To love you. You have to love me the way I love you. This isn't difficult, you douchebag. You just want more from me than you're willing to put out. Hey, why buy the fucking cow when I can get the milk from free, Bobby? Why do I gotta be your wife when I can milk you on the weekends? Oh! That's how you saw me. Well, that's how I see it too, bro. And realistically, you're giving cottage cheese. Just kidding. I mean, in essence, if there's no babies to be had, what am I milking you for? And that's where the Holy Spirit says, you're having sex with a corpse, you know. Oh, God damn it. It was just practice. Sorry, very ungodly. Keep going on. Thus we have sent to you, Thus we have sent you to a people, before whom other people have passed away, so that you may recite to them what we have revealed to you. Yet they deny graciously God, say, He is my Lord, there is no God but He. In Him I put my trust, and in Him I shall return. Even if there were a Quran by which mountains could be sent in motion, by which the earth could be rent asunder, or by which the dead could be made to speak, they would not believe in it. Surely all things are subject to God's will. Are the faithful unaware that He had pleased God? God could have guided all mankind. Calamity shall not cease to strike those who deny the truth because of their misdeeds, or to strike near their homes until God promises be fulfilled. And that's what I said first thing this morning. I'm going to stop there. I said, give them more pain and suffering. They're not getting it. They're not getting it. You won't leave until it's unbearable. God's already tried to get you to leave. He's tried to get you to leave a bad thing, and you won't leave, so He's got to make it worse. Make it worse. Turn up the heat. Make it worse. Make it worse. And that's it. It'll keep happening until you face the truth. You can't run from God. He's everywhere. What the fuck are you doing? He's going to turn the lights out on you. You're going to be stuck there in the dark waiting for fucking Jesus to come. And as far as that, good luck. Second coming of Christ. We've got a little while there. Really? Yeah. Jesus Jesus walks. You're waiting for him to come in a body? He's embodied in everybody that chooses to walk in his embodiment. God lives within everyone. He's not at the fucking church. Jesus was one of the easiest ones to see him in, but so was Buddha. Vishnu came in the form of God. Paul came as the messenger of God. Moses came as the messenger of God. God comes to you, and now you are part of the kingdom, and you are a messenger of God. You motherfuckers are not. You guys are a messenger of death, destruction, negativity, harsh feelings. Russ, what the fuck is your stupid song about? It's like, it was really hard to write this. Why? Because you were making up stories that's going to hurt your family's fucking, you know what I mean, wonderful fucking, you know, image. You're the one that created this false image of them. Nobody gives a fuck who they are. You came out here and told everyone that you had a great childhood. Now you got to come out here and tell everyone you had a bad childhood. You're telling stories. You're the boy that cried wolf. Isn't that the name of one of your albums? Don't you have a tattoo to that on yourself too? I love you. I love you, but I don't need you, bitch. God needs you. You need God. I told you this. Everything you're seeking is in God, Russ. God damn it, Russ. You guys want enlightenment. You want enlightenment without God. You want love without God. You want riches without God. You want a vacation without God. You want Christmas without God. Oh, God. You want life without God. And anything bad you say is not God, it's some devil. You've made the devil your God. God's teaching you lessons and you say it's the devil. Oh, ain't this some shit. No wonder he's so pissed at you. You have no fucking respect for his authority. You've given his authority to some fucking fairy tale imagination that the Jewish fucking created. Because they didn't like Jesus. Jesus Christ. Jesus came and spread no fear. They turned around and made you fear something called the devil. Nobody feared the devil till after Jesus. There was no such thing. You feared God. God was going to get you. God. God. The God. Always God. In all that book, read the Old Testament. God was going to get your ass. Do I tell you anything else is coming for you? I said God's going to get your ass. God is going to get your fucking ass. Fear God, not man. They ain't got no fucking power. But in the sense of he uses man, as I told you, he doesn't have a form. He takes form in us. He sends his angels and shit. He takes form in all of us. Now, who am I? God in the female form. The most purest form of God in a female form. I'm God's feelings. Jesus handled them better. Jesus didn't have all of God's feelings. Jesus didn't have all of God's feelings. Jesus didn't have all of that. He was better. Jesus was made better. He had a better family. How about let's start there? Ooh, burn God, burn. I'll be teasing God. Where's my mother? How did you just create me with no mother? You just made me a mother without... This is where the chicken and the egg came from. How you make me a chicken and an egg at the same time? Just a whole chicken full of eggs. Telling me that I gotta be a mother and I never had one before. Sound like these humans. Ha ha! Realistically, just abandoned me, God. I didn't have no father, no mother. I just ran around the whole fucking universe. So I was the first orphaned. Anyways, and then you go back to God and he's all you need and blah, 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 blah. It's very godly, you know? Seriously? Yeah. Fucking know God. You want to know God? I'll tell you God. I'll teach you all of God. It's better to know these guys, these layers of God. God in the purest form, oh, he's a pure pain in my ass. We feel the same way about each other. Oh, there's Lilith. Yep. Which is what? God. There's God's daughter. You don't see God's daughters. We don't see God's sons either out here. See a whole bunch of demons and devils and hookers and prostitutes. Fucking killers and drug dealers and fucking all this shit. Damn, we're really in hell, aren't we? We're really here, aren't we? Welcome back, people. Welcome. Are you enjoying your stay? No, let's not stay here. This is no good. Realistically, don't get comfortable. We're changing this place all up. We're destroying this. We're gonna renovate. God's got a plan. He's coming in with the demo crew. Who's the demo crew? Me? The goddess of destruction? It would be the Kali. I have all kinds of great powers given to me by God. What did he give you? He's giving you a lot of trouble, isn't he? Well, because he wants to change your life. Moses had it made, bro. He had bitches feeding him fucking grapes. He had it made. Then God turned him into a slave, made him give up his material world and go to a top of a fucking mountain wearing rags. Just as you said, Wolfman, that was fucked up how he did Moses. Oh, do you know what he did to Noah? Fucking wiped out everybody. Left him with a bunch of fucking animals. You know what he did to me? What's he doing to you? You're such a pussy. Go through the initiation. Maybe you have the right to walk around talking about God. You don't know God. That's it. You want to do magic without God. You want to know magic without God. Wiccans know God and Goddess. You can't know one or the other. You can't do this. You can't cherry pick God. You can't pull him apart and say this is God. No, put the picture back together. You don't get to just grab his dick. You don't just to grab his hand. You don't just to grab his heart. You don't get to just grab his, kiss his feet. You have to put him all together. He's all things, not just what you want him to be. And he doesn't have a form. Your messenger of God is not the only form of God. It was just your messenger, whether it be from the Mormons, the Christians, the Catholics, the Jews, or one of the other 148 religions that were given a message from God, that you think your messenger is the messenger. Who are we talking about? Thoth? Are we talking about Hermes? Or are we talking about who? How many messengers of God did he send? And you still won't heed. You're still not listening. You make up your own rules. Like, this is the way. You want to join my coven? We're going to change the way. That's what it is. Am I changing it? No, I'm going back to the original way. The Old Testament. You guys are trying to make it all new. Get on some new boy shit. No, that's not what God said. That's not what God said. That's not what Jesus said. That's not what they said. No, but what he meant, that's not what he meant. You're interpreting shit. You're changing the interpretation. You're changing the narrative to fit your sinful life. You want to talk about it? Going back to those fucking, fucking Muslims. You seriously believe that shit? You believe that God is a fucking virgin-making factory for your pleasure? That he makes you suffer through this whole life so you can spend the rest of the men? What does he promise your women? What, to be fucked? Shut up. Does that sound like a good God? Good God. Come on. Now, originally Muhammad wouldn't say all that. That didn't come from back then, bro. God never was just pushing pussy. He told you to fucking cut your dick off and keep your thoughts to yourself. He told you to respect women. What the fuck is wrong with you? You're sitting there disrespecting women in the name of your God? Yeah, you wonder why he calls you bitch. He made everything with so much that was supposed to have respect and reverence. That goes back to Noah. He put the animals above your life. The animals meant more than your life to him at that time. How about now? Do they serve more purpose than you? They provide food. They provide clothing. They provide, protection. They provide all kinds of things. What do you do? Sorry. Ew. I'm going to take a break. I feel like I need to pull some tarot. I might be up late. I don't know. I took a small nap, but I feel like I might pull some tarot and check out for tomorrow. I need to flush this. We need to flush the toilet, the turd of religion. Religion's stupid. God is real. I love the stories of God's people, but religion is stupid. Organized religion is stupid. They're organizing people of God and telling them, that they're superior or inferior, and how to act and dress and walk and talk and what to fucking eat and who to fuck. You're not God. Sorry. Hey, I love yous. Laters. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye now. Oh, look, it's 1:09.